Welcome back to today's broadcast. This is Maxwell Okpara, the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu. He has come out to explain everything concerning how Nigerian government is going about with the death sentence of Nnamdi Kanu and how they come about with it. So in this video, he really talk a lot of things and he really explained things that happen in the court. So don't skip any part of it. Try to watch it to the end so that for you to understand things happening in the Nigerian court and the way everything is happening right now. Because as it is, the government, they are trying their best to manipulate everything and to turn it against Nnamdi Kanu and also to turn it against Maxwell Okpara, so that people can now be seeing Maxwell as somebody that is now trying to write against Nnamdi Kanu. So, if I was about to watch, like, subscribe, and make sure you share it for everyone to see things happening.
Lovers of freedom, good morning, everybody. I just want to give you update with respect to what is happening. A few days ago, I made an update here when I was in Sokoto about respect to Nnamdi Kanu's well-being and the ongoing matter pending matter at the Court of Appeal. And I also told you that Nnamdi Kanu, of course, have decided to exercise his right under the Constitution to represent himself in his criminal matter at Court of Appeal, which is his fundamental right. And he's not the first person that is representing himself. People have been representing himself is the constitutional right given to him by the Constitution. So that he also demanded that the legal experts who cares should submit their own submit a contribution which they made. Of course, it is necessary. Nnamdi Kanu, not only that she is not a lawyer, even lawyers, when you are doing a matter, you normally call for opinion from your colleagues, not to talk about somebody who is not a lawyer. So he called for that everybody, if you have a draft appellate brief, you feel that you can adopt, you should come up with it. So I did my own. So I submitted to him and asked him to go through it. Where was my own, I feel that it fall in line with the record of proceedings and the grounds of the appeal. So, and if you watch that copy, it was not signed, it was not filed. I also posted it in my own page. This is what I submitted to Nnamdi Kanu for those of you who are not lawyers to see, to have an in-depth view, to have a clue of what happened in that particular judgment. Because if you read out my appellate brief, I illustrate a lot of things with respect to jurisdiction of the court, fundamental rights, violation of its fundamental rights, and a lot of things that happened, which it was not signed, it was not filed. Nnamdi Kanu has not even adopted it, but I just brought it there. So those of you, of course, those the lovers of Nnamdi Kanu and the lovers of freedom, and those who cares to know, they give me a call privately and give me a private chat to get more explanations about what I posted. I explained to them, so and they said okay, and they thanked me and they appreciated the industry I put in preparing and analyzing and reviewing that appeal. So those of you, of course, expected those who want to expose their ignorance of the law, those who want to exhibit their hatred against Nnamdi Kanu, jump into the page as usual and start attacking the person and start attacking my very self. But that one is not why I am here. Then why I am here this morning is to let you know that in the course of going through that judgment, I discovered that there are some things the judge said during the course of delivering the judgment that was not contained in the judgment. And thank God that the judge also ordered for that the proceedings of the judgment should be transmitted live. We have media people there, AIT was there, channels were there, Arise was there, and some other media houses were there. So in revealing the tape, the video clip, the things that my lord said with respect to the custodian where Nnamdi Kanu will serve his appeal was not contained. The thing the prosecution counsel said, the comments and the remarks the Constitutional Council said, I'm talking about Chief Awumolo SAN, was not also contained there. And the Nnamdi Kanu was not given an opportunity. Remember that he was bundled out of the courtroom. He was not also contained there. And most importantly, the reason the judge gave, the reason he bundled Nnamdi Kanu, and the reason why Nnamdi Kanu should not be served in Kuje, rather in Sokoto, was also not contained there. So there are some omissions in that particular judgment. So we have the clip, we have reviewed the clip. Now we are now bringing a motion challenging that particular record of proceedings and that particular judgment. Why should the judge and the court remove all those fundamental issues? Because they know that Nnamdi Kanu will use it to form part of the will use it as a grounds for his appeal. But be that as it may, we have filed and prepared a motion. This is the one I posted here, asking the court to compel them to complete that record and that judgment, and also to stay and also file an affidavit to be served to the judge and to the registrar of the court to come and explain the reason why they should not produce all those omissions. So that is why I say, let me just give you the update. For those of you who feel that you don't want to see anything, that you don't want to see or hear anything that has to do with Nnamdi Kanu in the public domain, you are wasting time. We should be giving update, just like as we have a high demand of people calling Marasamanso, what is happening by Samanso. So we are not going to keep in that. We are going to be bringing it every update. So those of you who feel that you don't want to hear anything or see anything that has to do with Nnamdi Kanu, you can go and hawk transformer. But meanwhile, for those of you who are interested in what is going on with respect to this Nnamdi Kanu's matter, please remain focused. If you watch the majority of people that attack Maxwell, attack Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, attack Nnamdi Kanu, are the people that the federal government is sponsored, and you will see them jumping from one social media to another. Even when you are not invited them in your page, they will continue. Even when you try to delete them, they will go and create another Facebook name to join you, to follow you. But we decided to allow them to continue to expose their ignorance and stupidity. Thank you and God bless you.
So what Barrister Maswara Okpara explained is that the record of the proceedings of the Court of Appeal, of the Federal High Court that they used to sentence Nnamdi Kanu, that there are so many things that Justice Omotosho did which is repugnant to natural justice and equity and the proceedings of the court, like seeing Nnamdi Kanu representing himself, and he sent him out. So he carried out the judgment in absence of Nnamdi Kanu, not because there is any lawyer representing him. And he said that these things were not presented to the Court of Appeal. Like, they omitted it, knowing fully well that the court erred. Like, when you see your mistakes, you say, no, cut that one out, cut it out, send the other records to the Court of Appeal. So that is what he just trying to explain. But for me, about this issue of Nnamdi Kanu case, I've decided to rest, okay? I've decided to rest my head, because I know fully well that come some Nnamdi Kanu will be released. But I don't know, and I don't have the conviction if Nnamdi Kanu will be released by Nigerian courts, if he will be released. He was discharged by appeal court before. He was granted bail by Federal High Court before, but everything was turned upside down as we are seeing today. So that is when I decided to conclude that it is interest, not law. It is interest. The case of Nnamdi Kanu is interest, not law. So it is interest that is pushing the federal government to do whatever they are doing. And you can see that even him being transferred to Sokoto, where there is terrorists or terrorism or insurgency, it is also an interest. Just to show him that, yes, Sokoto Caliphate is the one that is controlling Nigeria. Sokoto Caliphate will rule Nigeria. You are trying to divide Nigeria. You are trying to secede with your people. We are going to tell you that you are under us. That is what it means to transfer him from Abuja to Sokoto State. They didn't see Lagos. They didn't see Enugu. They didn't see Abia. They didn't see Abuja. But they took him to Sokoto State. Why didn't they take Boko Haram members to Sokoto State? Al-Qaeda terrorists, they gave only 10 years. Only 10 years imprisonment. They left them in Abuja. And these people confess that they have killed countless people. So what violent action is Omotosho talking about when he said because of his violent action that they should take him to Sokoto State? Omotosho is alive. Thank God he is alive. He is now seeing how his people are being butchered. He's now seeing how his people are being beheaded. He's now seeing how terrorists are chasing his people out of the bush. Not out of the bush alone, out of the city, out of every community. Royal fathers are being chased out of their palaces. Motocho is seeing that, right? That is the meaning of terrorism, and those people are terrorists. But guess what? The same government is still going to release these people. The same government is still going to free them. No problem. The time is coming and we'll know who is who.
Bala Muhammad in 2021 called for restraint. He railed against the eviction orders to unlicensed herders in the forest of Ondo State. He asked the media to respond to the moment by aligning with leaders with restraint in action and words. Apparently, Bala Muhammad referred to the order given by Rotimi Akeredolu, then governor of Ondo State. Akeredolu had on the 18th of January 2021 ordered herdsmen to vacate all forest reserves in the state within 7 days. He banned night grazing and movement of cattle within cities and highways. The government said that it gave the orders to guarantee the safety of lives in Ondo State. Ondo State is one of the Yoruba states suffering most from bandits' exploitation. The position of Akeredolu did not go down well with his counterpart in Bauchi State. Here, Bala Muhammad explains to us why Fulani holds AK-47. Bala Muhammad will also talk about media and eviction orders. We are going into the recent past. Bala Muhammad on State Affairs.
And now, because a Fulani man is practicing the tradition of transhumance, pastoralism, he has been exposed to the vagaries of the forest, the animals, and now the cattle rustlers who carry guns, kill him and take away his commonwealth, that is the cows. He had no option but to carry AK-47 because the society and the government are not protecting him. What is his fault? It's the fault of the government and the people. You don't criminalize all of them, because in every tribe there are criminals. If cybercrime is being practiced mostly by one tribe, you don't criminalize the whole tribe that they are criminals. We should be very sensitive. I must thank our chairman of the Northern Governors Forum at this occasion, because we are talking of the use of media to promote peace and unity in Nigeria. I think he is a hero in that field. Governor Lalong, with his diverse background, with his minority background, he is leading the northern governors with focus, with a lot of sense. You, the media, you must make sure you single out such heroes for promotion, not those people that will speak from Ekiti or from Ondo, that Fulani should leave their forest. Nobody owns any forest. The forest is owned by Nigeria. Under section 23, 24, 25 of the Constitution, every Nigerian is free to stay anywhere. And let me tell you, nobody had the freedom of matriculations or speaking anyhow. Anybody can speak anyhow, but we are exercising restraint.
Okay. When governors take on governors, that is Bala Muhammad there. What do you think? He lectures Otom and Akeredolu. Did Bala Muhammad differentiate between law-abiding Nigerians from masquerading herdsmen? Did he say it is in order for the herdsmen to ravage farms to accommodate Fulani pastoral exploits? Did he? Did the governor of Bauchi State justify the use of AK-47 by herdsmen? Bala calls for restraint as he railed against the eviction orders to unlicensed herders in the forest of Ondo. What will save the land? As the debate heated up the polity, Samuel Otom of Benue expressed disappointment at the reason offered by Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed. He reprimanded him. In a Friday 12 February 2021 statement by his media aide, Teva Akase, Otom wondered why Bala justified lawlessness on the grounds of cattle rearing. He said Bala Mohammed now takes the lead in violating provisions of the same constitution by calling for lawlessness. Otom will not understand why Bala would encourage herdsmen to wield AK-47 and kill others. He reminds us that it was the same Governor Mohammed who once said on national television that a Fulani man is a global citizen and therefore does not need a visa to come to Nigeria, and that the forest belong to herdsmen. To Otom, it is unfortunate that leaders trusted with power now mislead the people. He says it breeds anarchy. As if that statement was not enough, Otom on Monday the 22nd of February 2021 addressed a press conference where he came out more forcefully against Bala.
It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen, and when it happens, your eyes will clear, and about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. It is the spillover of their same, should I say, terror effects that we are feeling right across the South. That was why we said with the launch of ESN that we cannot allow that nonsense to continue. They know they are not going to make any headway in the East. They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. A whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason. You don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of it. They are all suffering from what I would an advanced version of the Stockholm Syndrome. Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over and they cannot do anything about it? Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they said we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. Because that time, their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you what is happening now. Fulani have now come out to tell you we are Fulani people. Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? That the Hausa race no longer exists. Do you want the same thing to happen to you? Do you want the same thing to happen to your families, to your villages? Do you want your towns, let's say Obomosho, to be renamed into a Fulani name? Do you want Onisha to answer a Fulani name? Forget all the nonsense about unity of Nigeria. All they are uniting against is your common interest. Unless you prefer epileptic power supply, unless you prepare to live your whole life without running water, unless you want to live in abject poverty and deprivation, your only alternative is a revolution. Let nobody discourage you. All the countries of the world doing very, very well, they all went through a revolution. You must go through it. If you don't go through it, you can never ever survive as a people. Fulani will take you over. As simple as that. This very day, we are making it known to the whole world that the Muslim extremist dictatorship masquerading as a secular democratic government must be demolished. It must be demolished for you to survive. They have to be demolished. If you do not demolish them, your lives will end very, very miserably. I assure you. I assure you. The zoo is on its knees. Everybody knows that the zoo called Nigeria is on its knees. Who doesn't know that? Everybody knows. Nothing is functioning. You are all aware of it. When they say go and register for NIM or whatever, NIM or whatever rubbish is called, all of you trooped out without legislation, without any laws. Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia, they are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president. Because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiala is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain. You do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They said they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is mineral. The same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. You people are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa, we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why, instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to... All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles.
Yes. This is a very shocking video. From the beginning to the end, the whole story is full of surprise and shock. This is a show to tell you that Nigeria is no longer functioning the way it's supposed to be, because the government, all of them, is complicit. All they are doing, all their best is to make sure that the people suffer and the Fulanis have power over everybody. That is their plan. That is their plan. Oh, in fact, it is very, very shocking. Well, I would like your comments down below. What do you think about the whole thing happening in Nigeria? Like, subscribe, and share for everyone to see the atrocity and the things going on in Nigeria.